Hello Virgo friends, welcome to my Jupiter in Gemini just for Virgos. Jupiter will be in Gemini from May 2024 through June 2025, so what we're going to talk about here is going to be in effect for this full year, and it's very exciting. Jupiter has a 12-year cycle, so Jupiter has not been in Gemini for 12 years, and it won't be in Gemini again after this year for another 12 years. So you can think back to 12 years ago, that year, and see what types of changes and expansion happened in your life, especially once you start to learn the energetic potentials. You can kind of see where you've been moving along a certain continuum, and that will help you to better understand how it may manifest. Although the ways things manifested in the past are not always the way they will manifest in the present, because there are other astrological factors at play, of course. Now, to have a complete picture of this year, I suggest you additionally listen to my Jupiter in Gemini for all signs, because that will talk about Jupiter in the sign of Gemini, which we're not going to speak to here. So you'll not want to miss that. So you can look either in the notes underneath the podcast or video, or I'll add it at the end of the YouTube video that you can find it. And of course, you can always find all of my videos at anniehelpsyou.com/astrology. That's my podcast and video player. Okay, so Jupiter expands and it brings optimism and it amplifies, and we're going to go into lots more details about what that looks like. But this is going to be happening. But what is also important to know about this next year is that it's a seed planting time. So as we get into the details of how you may see this manifest, this is actually occurring in the 10th house, which we'll go into lots of details about that here soon. But as this time progresses, if you don't notice the type of expansion that I'm telling you is possible, don't worry, because this seed planting element of Jupiter means that any seeds you plant along these lines now can have 12 years to pop up and grow at any time. So you're working with a 12-year cycle. You may be adding to, going to a different dimension and level of what you've been working on for the last 12 years in this arena, or you may be starting a whole new cycle that has nothing to do with what you did before. Something else to know is that Jupiter in Gemini is making a square to your sign, which means you may have some birthing pains to get everything out, but it will be totally worth whatever you have to do. Okay, so when we're looking at Jupiter moving through the Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn, or the 10th house, we're going to take all the Jupiter rules and key points and add them to the energies of the 10th house, Capricorn, Saturn, and that any of those combinations with our big plus sign here are going to be potential manifestations of a Jupiter transit in that location or sign. Okay, so your work and career and life purpose are going to get a major boost now because Jupiter wants that. So the energies of luck and recognition and growth and opportunities are going to be present in your work, career, business arena. This can come in the form of raises, promotions, an expanded audience, or an acknowledgement for your work, a new and better job, a new and better position within the same company, fulfillment of major career goals, a feeling of fulfillment within your work, anything like that. Now, if you are a person who is not in the workforce or doesn't need to earn money, life purpose can come into the forefront. And even if you are in the job market, the topic of life purpose, like what are you here to do? What is your interface with the world from sharing the perspective of sharing your gifts? There's an increased chance that you will feel on track and feel like you're doing what you mean to do, like what you are meant to do. Remember that Jupiter often has an additive effect. So a lot of times the work or business or life purpose or whatever topics that come up here are going to be in addition to what you're already doing. A little side job, starting a business on the side of your stable work. You know, maybe you already have hands in the fire, but you add something else that feels really fulfilling for you. Anything like that. Now, the energy of broadening or going wide, you could have a change in perspective as far as it relates to your work. Usually, the answer when Jupiter's involved is not going to be either or, it's going to be and. All right, so doing both or doing several, if you have to make a choice, You know, I have a massive amount of planets in Sagittarius, and if I have to make a choice and it's appropriate and feels right to make an and choice, I will do that before an either or any day. And that is the embodiment of what you want to do. So this is a big deal. All right, so the chance that you're standing within the public realms is increased is also increased. And so the chance that, you know, that whatever favor you have or acknowledgement you have, either through marriage or through the job change or through recognition, can be a time where you get more clout or people start to recognize what you're doing. This can also be a time of optimism in the workplace, or optimism as it relates to your job or your work or your path. The increase in your capacity to manage things, keeping your balls up in the air, is also increased. Discipline, responsibility, structure, talked about your place out in the world, you as your own authority figure, your relationships with authority figures could drastically improve. Of course, remember, astrological transits can show up as weak links. So if you have a weak link in one of these areas, it could come up as a problem before it comes up as a solution. But Jupiter always wants to look for those solutions. Okay, so it would only be coming up in order to find the solution. So your strategies could be amplified and protected and diversified, for that matter. Okay, so any chance you can diversify in this area of life, it's going to work out better. Now, there's also this energy of father figure, or a mother who plays the role of a father, or, you know, gender, within the gender spectrum, anyone who resonates with this type of energy for you, or you as one of these people. This energy is also very pronounced at this time. Topics of freedom, expansion, planting seeds, and going big are all things that you want to apply, and remembering the profound effects of your perspective. You definitely can change your mind about something on this list, and it can definitely change your life. If you resonate with my work and you want more free content from me, make sure to subscribe if you're on a podcast so you don't miss anything. Also, you can search in the podcast history and you'll see a list of everything that I posted recently. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and click the bell. I've heard if you don't click the bell, I won't show up in your notifications. And I post pretty regularly, so you don't want to miss anything. So make sure you click the bell, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. If you want to have one easy place to see all of my podcasts and videos, go to anniehelpsyou.com/astrology. This is my player that I have, the podcast player and the YouTube player right next to each other. And if you are on the player on this page, just click in the top right corner on these three lines and it will reveal the playlist there. And you can scroll and see. Sometimes you have to scroll way far back because there's a lot of stuff I post. And if I do ever post anything on this player page that is a time-stamped situation, then any info about the timestamps will be somewhere right above or below, and there will be other instructions or other things on the page. You can always check out my eclipse playlist on that player as well, depending on where you're at in the eclipse cycle. There can be information for your sign and in general there, so you can just click there on the player as well. If you love to have more dates that are relevant, my sweet and salty date list, my monthly written astrology review given to you 1 month early, my monthly mini astrology lessons, special promos, private promos, blog updates, go to anniehelpsyou.com and put your name and email address in the slots there. And you will be joining my free VIP community. You'll also get my 28-day virtual coaching program for free called Shine, and that is very, very helpful. You'll also receive one of my subliminal recordings called Relax, Unwind, and Let Go. So lots of goodies for my free VIP community. You can see that at anniehelpsyou.com. If you love astrology and you love how I teach, you will love my astrology certification course. So on the anniehelpsyou.com page, you can see this up level link, and this will show you my basics course. and it will show you my very detailed, very comprehensive Become a Professional Astrologer Mastery Certification course, where I can take you from any stage you're at and help you to read charts adeptly and to earn money from your love of the stars. I have been a coach for 20 years. I've been teaching astrology, an astrologer for 20 years, and I've also been an entrepreneur for longer than that time. So all of that shines through in this course. You can take this course even if you want to learn astrology just to help yourself and your friends. But if you want to earn money, I can definitely help you do that. You can put my over 17 million channel views to work, all of my experience and expertise in this course. If you want early content, written horoscopes, how to handle difficult transits, and so much more, you can click on the upgrade button and join my secret star portal. And of course, we talked about how to join the free VIP community there. I hope you have a wonderful time until my next video, and I'll be back with you soon. Bye.